Hopwood for high school baseball action here on WMBS, the Triple I High School Sports Network, and the South Union Township Sports Network on a cold and windy Wednesday afternoon. Greensburg Salem and Laurel Highlands scheduled to play yesterday, game being made up this afternoon. The Mustangs 7-2 overall, 5-2 in Section 3 4A play. Laurel Highlands has won 7 straight. The Greensburg Salem Golden Lions sitting at 3-6 overall, and they are 2-6 in Section 3 4A play. And the folks on the side of the Triple I High School Sports Network are going to pause just a moment, make sure our audio is set, and we'll be back for high school baseball action on Hutchinson Field in Hopwood.
I'm just going to restart the open here. The South Union Township Sports Network and WMBS present high school baseball action here from Hutchinson Field in Hopwood. The South Union Township Sports Network coverage brought you as a joint cooperative venture featuring Township Supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, Breeze Line Cable, and Armstrong Cable. You can also broadcasting the game on WMBS and on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Laurel Highlands hosting Greensburg Salem. The Mustangs sitting at 7-2 overall, 5-2 in conference play. Greensburg Salem 3-6 overall, 2-6 in the conference. Our pregame show being brought to you by the Sprouse Insurance Group and insurance agent David Hughes. They'll get you ready for the game. They're located at 217 West Main Street in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-9812 for the Sprouse Insurance Group. Laurel Highlands Mustangs might be one of the hottest teams in the WPIAL right now. In fact, Laurel Highlands has won 7 straight. This is the second of a 2-game series between the schools. Laurel Highlands walloped Greensburg Salem on Monday, 15-3. The Golden Lions appear to be on the verge of missing out on the WPIAL playoffs for a second year in a row. Looking right now at the Section 3 4A standings, West Mifflin looking hot. They're 9-1 in conference play. Laurel Highlands sitting at 5-2. Elizabeth Ford in Uniontown sitting in a third-place tie. Both of those schools at 4-4. They have some separation over Ringgold that's at 2-5, and Greensburg Salem and Bell Vernon sitting at 2-6. Last year, these two schools split the season series. Laurel Highlands won at home 3-0, and Greensburg Salem outslugged Laurel Highlands 12-11. We'll set the batting lineup for Greensburg Salem and the defense for Laurel Highlands when the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show continues right after this. I had it there, Jerry.
Personal injury can come in many forms. No matter what your injury, the attorneys at Davis & Davis will personally meet with you to discuss your case, just like we have over the last 40 years. Trust your case to a local, experienced legal team. Trust Davis & Davis.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank, at your service.
Sadly, my heart up and white. It's gonna be alright.
Filing for bankruptcy is not something that anyone wants to do. Good people sometimes run into hard times, and they need help. Hi, I'm Dan White with the law offices of Zebley, Maholob & White, and I'm here to help. If you're faced with insurmountable debt and are out of options, and you need help, give our office a call today. Allow us to help you understand your rights and options under the law. Filing bankruptcy is not the end of the road, and if you're struggling with debt, it very well could be a new beginning. So stop worrying and take action. Give our office a call today at 724-439-9200 or click on zeblaw.com for more information. Zebley, Maholob & White, local attorneys helping local people. Let us help you fix your life.
Zebly Mahalo and white. It's gonna be alright.
Back here at Hutchinson Field in Hopwood, Greensburg Salem batting first here in the top half of the first inning. Let's take a look at their lineup. Leading off in center field, number 12, Dylan Sarsfield. Batting second and pitching, number 11, Jacob Smith. Batting third and catching, number 27, Hayden Teska. Batting fourth and playing first base, number 18, Ethan Heese. Batting fifth in left field, number 4, Owen Tudich. Batting sixth and playing shortstop, number 2, Caden Siafi. Batting seventh and playing third base, number 10, Peyton Chismar. Batting eighth and playing second base, number 8, Braden Leatherman. And batting ninth in right field, number 1, Ethan Wilson. Defensively, for Laurel Highlands, they'll have Joe Chambers pitching today and Patrick Kavanaugh behind home plate. Carson D'Amico out in left, Braden McKnight in center, and Caleb Yanoski in right. Around the horn, Alex McLean playing third, Ty Sankovic playing short, Frank Kula playing second, and Braden O'Brien playing first. Numbers on the season for Joey Chambers, 3-0 record. This will be his 5th appearance. Has worked 21 in the third innings, given up 14 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned, has struck out 23 and walked 8 so far on the season. Again, our pregame show here on the WMBS side brought to you by the Sprouse Insurance Group and insurance agent David Hughes, located on West Main Street in Uniontown. We'd also like to thank First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County and Ford of Uniontown. Our sponsors today on the South Union Township Sports Network also include the Sprouse Insurance Group, United Bank, Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law, South Union Township Supervisors Robert Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, Southwestern Gastrointestinal Specialist SWGI in Uniontown, Dr. Calabrese, Ruth Hart, Stokes, and Hoppy, and Zebly Mahalo and White, Uniontown Business and Bankruptcy Attorneys. We're back with the first pitch right after this. Greensburg Salem taking on Laurel Highlands here on WMBS, the South Union Township Sports Network, and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Some things just go together, like bread and butter, blue jeans and Saturdays, best friends and phone calls. And a great match? You and discounts from Erie Insurance. It's like this. Safety features in your car will have you paying less for your auto insurance. And pay off your Erie auto policy all at once, and you'll save up to 7% more. On your homeowner's policy, you earn discounts that start at age 46 and go up each time you celebrate a birthday. There are more discounts, too, for things like home safety features and even teenage drivers. And the savings keep adding up. When you have your auto and home covered with Erie, you get a discount. Buy a life policy with us, and the savings can get even better. At Erie Insurance, above all in service means making life a little easier on you and on your wallet. Your Erie agent is waiting for you. Your local Erie agent is Sproul's Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to sproulsinsurance.com.
Discount terms and amounts may vary by state. See your local Erie agent for details.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank, at your service.
This is Dr. Fraser Stokes. Did you know that colorectal cancer is the second leading cancer killer in America, or that it can be prevented by removing polyps during a 30-minute colonoscopy? At SWGI, our board-certified gastroenterologists, Drs. Ruth Hart, Calabrese, Hoppy, and I, encourage you to consider a screening colonoscopy. Call 724-437-7677 or visit swgispecialists.com.
Back here at Hutchinson Field in Hopwood, just about set to go. The Laurel Highlands Mustangs and the Greensburg Salem Golden Lions. The Mustangs decked out in their home whites with red numbers, blue caps. Their dugout off to our left. The Greensburg Salem Golden Lions in their away browns with gold numbers and gray pants. Their dugout off to our right. It's cold and windy here in Hopwood this afternoon. Game time temperature around 45 degrees, but the winds right now make it feel like it's about 30 degrees outside, and they've been gusty here throughout the course of the pregame show. They've died down just a little bit right now, but they're expected to pick up. Might even see some 30 to 40 mile an hour gusts throughout the course of the afternoon. And again, you look at Laurel Highlands, they lost that opening series to the West Mifflin Titans. Since then, they've reeled off 7 straight wins, including that 15-3 win over Greensburg Salem on Monday. Good to see the Mustangs getting the bats going as well for Brad Yeoman, who's here in his first year as the head coach of the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. Again, it's been a bit of a struggle for Greensburg Salem. Again, they're 3-6 overall, 2-6 in conference play, currently tied for the final position in the conference with the Bell Vernon Leopards, who have also struggled so far this season. But as we said, you can never take anything for granted here in high school baseball. Last year, these two schools split, even though Laurel Highlands finished in second place in the conference and the Greensburg Salem Golden Lions were on the outside looking in come the postseason. Greensburg Salem outslugged Laurel Highlands 12-11 last year at Greensburg Salem after Laurel Highlands won 3-0 at Laurel Highlands High School. But this year, in fact, the Mustangs have played all of their home games here at Hutchinson Field and Hopwood, and that trend continuing here this afternoon. We're set to go. First pitch from Joey Chambers, fastball strike, and the count at 0-1. Dylan Sarsfield, the senior center fielder for Greensburg Salem, batting .192 with 2 RBIs so far this season. 0-1 from Joey, another fastball, hard hit to Sankovic at short, little juggle, regains, throw over to first in time to Braden O'Brien to retire Sarsfield 6-3 for the first out of this top half of the first inning. And this top half of the first inning here on the WMBS side brought to you in part by Potter's Bar and Grill and Shop and Save. Of course, also in the Shop and Save Plaza, Jimmy John's, our video stream sponsor today, along with Fayette County Recorder of Deeds, John Marietta. Now batting from the left side, the pitcher Jacob Smith taking the first pitch for a strike from Joe Chambers. And Smith has done a nice job at the plate for Greensburg Salem this season. The senior pitcher batting .500. In fact, he's driven in 4 runs so far this year as well for the Golden Lions. 0-1 from Chambers. Well hit and through on the right side. Charging in from right field is Caleb Yanoski, but it's a 1-out single for Jacob Smith here in this top half of the first inning for the Greensburg Salem Golden Lions. Brian Morozak along with you. Jerry Dupay behind the camera in our Facebook Live feed, and Frank Kula helping us out with our Score Hub here today. Digital exclusive broadcast this afternoon. The Laurel Highlands Mustangs and the Greensburg Salem Golden Lions are set to bring you the game on all of our platforms yesterday, but with the rain out, we're not on the terrestrial radio side today, but are on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, the South Union Township Sports Network, WMBS, and also up on the Laurel Highlands School District side as well. Hayden Teska fouling off the first pitch from Joe Chambers, counted 0-1. Teska, the senior catcher, batting .321 with 6 ribbies so far this season for Greensburg Salem. Joey Chambers now throw over to first, head first slide back safely there for Jacob Smith. What a change in temperature over the last couple of days. Our last Laurel Highlands broadcast we brought you on Saturday. We roasted up in Ross Draver Township and kind of wish we had some of that heat back here this afternoon in Hopwood. 0-1 pitch miss, so the count even at 1-1 to Hayden Teska, just underway. Top half of the first inning, Laurel Highlands and Greensburg Salem scoreless. Chambers, a glance over his shoulder. Now the 1-1 on the way, another breaking ball, finds the strike zone again, moves the count to 1-2. I think for Laurel Highlands, they didn't mind the rain out, allowed Joey Chambers to pitch again today on 4 days rest instead of possibly 3 yesterday, as Chambers once again checks Jacob Smith, who's back safely. Chambers threw here on Friday against Bell Vernon after that Mustangs Leopard series was pushed back a couple of days due to cold temperatures earlier on last week. The Mustangs played Monday against the Golden Lions and then were scheduled to play here yesterday, but some of the Monday evening into Tuesday morning rain lingered on, and they weren't able to get the field ready here at Hutchinson for the game, so it was pushed back to this afternoon, and here we are, Laurel Highlands and Greensburg Salem. 1-2 pitch, a little high, evens up the count at 2-2 now. Joey Chambers to Hayden Teska with Jacob Smith on first. Chambers, another glance over his shoulder. 2-2 on the way, comes back with a fastball and was fouled off into the netting. And they're going to call that a strike 3 with it being out of play. So actually going to the books as a strikeout. That'll be the second out of this top half of the first inning and bring up Ethan Heese, the senior first baseman for Greensburg Salem. Batting .348, has homered once and driven in 10 runs on the season. And already behind 0-1 here against Joey. With that last pass ball, Jacob Smith was able to get down to second base. 0-1 here. Breaking ball, check swing, ruled that Heese did not go. So the count now even at 1-1. Chambers again from the stretch, glance back at second. 1-1 pitch on the way, comes back with a fastball. Big swing and miss there from Heese. Takes us to 1-2 with Owen Tudich due up next. Greensburg Salem hopes they get to Tudich. Now Joey trying to finish off Ethan Heese here to end the top half of the first inning. Comes back with another fastball, swing and a miss. It's in the dirt, tagged out there by the catcher Patrick Kavanaugh. So it goes in the books as back-to-back strikeouts to end this top half of the first inning for Joey Chambers. So he played a half inning. Greensburg Salem nothing. Laurel Highlands coming to bat here on the C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Day.
Uniontown Print Press, they are more than t-shirts. They are about you and everything you love. And they are local. Operated by Mookie John and Kenny Musco, they share the passion with your group, club, or team. The excitement you have for your event or cause. And that makes your business stand out from the rest. Uniontown Printing Press believes that custom t-shirts do more than just make you look good. They help you feel good and inspire you to do good. Call Uniontown Printing Press at 724-366-7095. That's 724-366-7095. Are you down with UPP? Lanzi Academy of Dance offers a fun learning environment for all ages and ability levels. Owned and directed by Christina Lanzi John and located on South Beeson Avenue in Uniontown, Lanzi Academy of Dance offers classes in ballet, jazz, tap, acro gym, point, contemporary, lyrical, hip-hop, and ballroom, all at very reasonable prices. Lanzi Academy of Dance provides a professional, positive, and friendly environment for all dancers to find a second home. Come join the dance family and learn from the most qualified teachers in our area. For more information, visit LanziAcademy.com or call 724-438-6911.
Back here at Hutchinson Field in Hopwood, scoreless heading to the bottom half of the first inning. Let's take a look at the Laurel Highlands lineup. Leading off the junior shortstop, number 9, Ty Sankovic. Batting second and playing second base, number 3, Frank Kula. Batting third and in left field, senior number 17, Carson D'Amico in the cleanup spot. And playing third base, number 18, Alex McLean. Braden O'Brien playing first base, batting fifth. Caleb Yanoski batting sixth in right field. Ben Diamond batting seventh. He's the DH. Patrick Kavanaugh batting eighth and catching. And Braden McKnight is batting ninth. And Braden in center field for the Mustangs. First pitch swinging there, Ty Sankovic. High fly ball into right field. And the grab made there by Ethan Wilson for the first out of this bottom half of the first inning. Let's set the Greensburg Salem defense. Owen Tudich in left. Dylan Sarsfield in center and Ethan Wilson in right. Peyton Chismar playing third base. Caden Siafi playing short. Braden Leatherman playing second and Ethan Heese playing first. Hayden Teska catching and Jacob Smith pitching. And the first pitch here to Kula showing bunt. And it's in there for a strike as Frankie unable to make contact there. So the count at 0-1. And Frankie off to a nice start this season. 400 average, a homer and 7 RBIs for the Mustangs second baseman here today. Again, Frankie coming off a little bit of a stomach bug that kept him out of the lineup for the Mustangs against Bell Vernon both Friday and Saturday. The 0-1 pitch off the plate evens up the count at 1-1. Smith to Kula. Now Smith will wind and fire. 1-1 on the way. Well hit there from Kula into center field. And a one-out single for Frank Kula and the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. And Laurel Highlands in business here with one out in the bottom half of the first inning. Mustangs plated 6 runs yesterday, or check that on Monday, in the top half of the first inning against Greensburg Salem. Golden Lions came back with 2 runs in the bottom of the first inning, and Laurel Highlands ended up outslugging Greensburg Salem 15-3. Now Carson D'Amico coming to the plate. Carson batting .444 with 8 RBIs, playing left field today. Takes the first pitch for a strike. 0-1. We mentioned Jacob Smith, already his 7th appearance of the season, enters the game with a 2-3 record, 2.41 ERA, has worked 20 1/3 innings, given up 22 hits, 24 runs, but only 7 of those 24 runs are earned runs, struck out 22 and walked 17 on the season as he checks Frank Kuhl, who's back safely with a head-first slide. So back in the box is Carson D'Amico. He's behind 0-1. Smith's 0-1 pitch right down the pipe for a strike. That takes us to 0-2. As we said, Carson's been very productive at the plate so far this season for Laurel Highlands. Batting .444, driven in 8 runs, trying to continue that trend here this afternoon. Now Smith's 0-2 on the way. Another breaking ball. It missed. Runner going. Kula sliding into second safely. And Frankie now in scoring position. And the count 1-2 now to Carson D'Amico. As the Mustangs look for something here in the bottom half of the first inning. Smith another glance back at second. 1-2 on the way, missed outside. Takes us now to 2-2. Mustangs were scheduled to play Brownsville tomorrow. That game's been axed, but Laurel Highlands will travel to Greater Latrobe for a game under the lights on Friday and then play University High here on Saturday at 12 noon. Another pitch missing to take the count to 3-2. Mustangs Conference Series next week against Elizabeth Forward at EF on Monday. And here against EF on Tuesday. We'll have the home game for Laurel Highlands against Elizabeth Forward on all of our platforms for you next Tuesday at 4 o'clock. 3-2 pitch, a called strike 3, and down goes Carson D'Amico for the second out of the inning. Carson thought it was ball 4. He was taking a couple of steps down the first baseline, but for Jacob Smith, that's his 23rd strikeout of the season, and that'll bring up Alex McLean here for the Mustangs. The junior third baseman batting .394 with 7 RBIs. Stepping in. Smith glanced back at Kuhl at second, delivers the first pitch, which is a little high to Alex McLean. Count at 1-0. Now Smith a long look in here to Hayden Teska. That pitch fouled off on the right side from Alex. Taking a look at some of the highlights from Monday's contest between these two teams. Alex McLean 3 for 5 against Greensburg Salem. Drove in 3 runs. Braden O'Brien was 2 for 4 with 4 RBIs. Some of the Mustangs that really got the job done at the plate against the Greensburg Salem Golden Lions. Count now 2-1. Jacob Smith to Alex McLean, 2 outs, bottom of the first inning. Frankie Kula down at second. Game scoreless. 2-1 pitch on the way, and that one ruled a little high. Takes us to 3-1. Another glance back at second from Smith. 3-1 on the way. That's a called strike 2. Takes us full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Scoreless game. Bottom of the first inning. Laurel Highlands and Greensburg Salem. Now the payoff pitch on the way, and that's ruled ball 4, a little outside. So Laurel Highlands 2 on with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. This half inning brought to you in part by the Radcliffe Law Firm, the Centers for Rehab Services, and physical therapist Jim Burns and Ted Silva and Son, body and fender repair on the Atlas Road in Hopwood. Braden O'Brien coming to the plate, the junior first baseman, batting .333 with a homer and 6 RBIs. A good spot here for Laurel Highlands. First pitch to O'Brien, a little low and outside. Got it 1-0. After our game today, our post-game show brought to you by State Farm agent Lauren Yeoman. So 1-0. Smith to O'Brien. Fastball misses low and outside. Mustangs making Smith throw some pitches here in this bottom of the first inning. Greensburg Salem coached by Bill Wisniewski. Frank Sundry, the new athletic director at Greensburg Salem. 2-0 pitch on the way. Missed again, throw back to second, and back safely there's Kula. So a 3-0 counts. If Smith walks O'Brien here, it would load up the bases for Caleb Janoski. Mustangs in the WPIAL semifinals last year lost a PIAA playing game. Of course, we didn't have spring baseball in 2020. 3-0 pitch off the plate again and a 4-ball walk issued to Braden O'Brien. 4 pitches, all outside the strike zone from Smith to O'Brien. And the Mustangs have loaded up the bases now with Caleb Janoski coming to the plate. The junior right fielder batting .250 with 2 RBIs. He'll talk things over with Mustang head coach Brad Yeoman. Now, a good spot here for the Mustangs as Jacob Smith has worked his way into a jam. And as we mentioned with Smith, interesting looking at his numbers, that he's given up 27 runs so far this season, but only 7 earned runs. And that's kept his ERA down to only 2.41. So Janoski back in the batter's box. First pitch out of the way, called strike for our home plate umpire. The way the weather looks outside, it could certainly be deceiving. You see the bright sunshine. If it only felt as warm as it looked. And Janoski, a rope over the glove of third baseman Peyton Chismar into left field. And that will score a pair of runs here for the Mustangs. Both Frank Kula and Alex McLean coming around. And a 2 RBI single to left for Caleb Janoski. And Laurel Highlands takes a 2-0 lead now over Greensburg Salem with Ben Diamond coming to the plate. Diamond, the 7th Mustang to bat here in this bottom of the first. The Mustangs getting the job done here at the plate in the bottom of the first inning as Diamond takes the first pitch for a strike, 0-1. Ben back in the batter's box. Smith glances back at second. 0-1 on the way. Swing and a miss. 2 strikes now on Ben Diamond. With Patrick Cavanaugh due up next. Now Ben steps back in. Big leadoff first base for Janoski. That last pitch missing there again from Smith takes the count to 1-2. Of course, Janoski with Braden O'Brien in front of him on the base paths. And you have Heath off the bag as well. Now the 1-2 on the way from Smith. Very close to a called strike 3, but we're even at 2-2. Pitch did not miss by much. Count now even at 2-2. The wind now blowing right to left here at Hutchinson on this Wednesday afternoon. 2-2 on the way. Ben fouling it off on the left side. Count remains 2-2. This is some of the non-conference games for Laurel Highlands coming up over the next couple of days. Weather expected to be dry, at least able to stay sharp for the next conference series coming up Monday and Tuesday against Elizabeth Forward. After the Mustangs went over about a 2-week period with only 1 game being played as Diamond stays alive again, fouling off the 2-2. So the count remains 2-2. And for Laurel Highlands, the off day actually worked out well yesterday. As we said, allowed Joey Chambers to pitch here again today. It was very doubtful the Mustangs would have thrown Chambers on 3 days rest yesterday, especially the cooler temperatures as Diamond swings at the 2-2 one around. That'll be strike 3 to end the inning, but the Mustangs end up scoring 2 runs on a 2 RBI single from Caleb Janoski. They strand 2, and after an inning, it's 2-0 Laurel Highlands over Greensburg Salem here on the C.R. Barada Group High School Sports Day.
Personal injury can come in many forms. No matter what your injury, the attorneys at Davis & Davis will personally meet with you to discuss your case, just like we have over the last 40 years. Trust your case to a local, experienced legal team. Trust Davis & Davis.
Bad hair day, bad
Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sproul's Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to sproulsinsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. It's not.
This is Dr. Fraser Stokes. Have you ever felt something stick in your chest when swallowing? This can be caused by a narrowing in your esophagus from inflammation, scar tissue, or rarely a tumor. At SWGI, our board-certified gastroenterologist, Dr. Ruthart Calabrese Hoppy, and I specialize in the care of swallowing disorders. Call 724-437-7677 or visit swgispecialist.com.
Back here at Hutchinson Field in Hopwood, moving to the top half of the second inning, a 2-0 lead for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs over the Greensburg Salem Golden Lions. Greensburg Salem with Owen Tudich, Caden Siafi, and Peyton Chismar due up as the wind's even blowing my scorebook around here in Hopwood. This half inning on WMBS being brought to you by the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital, Mamaruka's Pizza Shop, and Uniontown Detailing. Owen Tudich now to step in. Tudich batting .269, playing left field today. He's a junior for the Golden Lions. Joe Chambers first pitch to Tudich. First pitch swinging, ground ball to Sankovic at short. Throw over to first in time to Braden O'Brien to retire Tudich 6-3 for the first down of this top half of the second inning. I'll bring up now Caden Siafi, the senior shortstop, batting .269 with 7 RBIs. Going back to that top half of the first inning, Joey Chambers just giving up one hit. That was a single to Jacob Smith. Was able to strike out both Hayden Teska and Ethan Heast to end the inning. Now taking the first pitch for ball one here is Siafi. Caden now set to go as Joe winds and fires the 1-0. A little inside, but Siafi took a cut and evens up the count at 1-1. That one may even stung the catcher Patrick Cavanaugh a little bit as well. You'll get all kinds of stingers out there all around on a cold afternoon like this. 1-1, breaking ball from Chambers. Pitch looked pretty good, but called ball 2. And count 2-1. And Joey's 2-1 pitch comes back with a fastball fouled off there by Caden. Evens up the count now at 2-2. As we mentioned during the Sproul's Insurance Group pregame show, Greensburg Salem on the verge of missing the WPIAL playoffs in consecutive seasons. And they've been a program over the years that year in and year out seem like they've been contenders for playoff spots. In fact, you go back to 2018, made the WPIAL semifinals, losing there to Ringgold before losing a PIAA play-in game. And there's a blooper diving effort there from Kula. But Frankie unable to come up with it as that ball drops in, just well positioned there from Caden Siafi. So a one-out single for Greensburg Salem. And now Peyton Chismar coming to the plate. Chismar, only a freshman, batting .192, has driven in 1 run on the season. Again, playing third base here today. Peyton set to go. Chambers back to the stretch, showing bunt, lays it down the first baseline. Charging there is O'Brien, able to make the tag for the out, but the sacrifice successful as Siafi advances down to second. Goes 3 unassisted. And another freshman, Braden Leatherman, coming to the plate. Braden batting .167, has driven in a run so far this season. Glance back at second now for Joey Chambers. Pitch on the way to Leatherman, a little low and inside. Takes the count to 1-0. Again, this is a digital exclusive broadcast here today on the WMBS Facebook page, the South Union Township Facebook page, and the Laurel Highlands School District page, also on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. 1-0 pitch, called strike, late call there from the home plate umpire. Evens up the count at 1-1. Joey, another long look in. 1-1 on the way. Breaking ball called strike 2. Our next broadcast on the radio side comes your way on Friday. We'll have Uniontown Senior Day game against Mount Pleasant from Bailey Park. 4 o'clock start there. Again, our next Mustang broadcast comes your way next Tuesday as Laurel Highlands hosts Elizabeth Forward. 1-2 on the way. Fastball called strike 3. Third strikeout of the game for Joey Chambers, and he's out of the inning with no damage done as the Golden Lions end up stranding Caden Siafi. So move to the bottom of the second inning. A 2-0 lead for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs over the Greensburg Salem Golden Lions here on the Seahawk Product Group High School Sports Day.
Siri not available. You are not connected to the internet.
So we're back here at Hutchinson Field in Hopwood. Jerry Dupay, a little issue there with his tablet. You set to go, Jerry? Jerry says set to go. So a quick commercial break and be back with the bottom of the second inning right after this.
It's gonna be alright.
Sometimes good people make bad decisions, and they end up in trouble with the law. Hi, this is attorney Mark Mahalov of Zebley, Mahalov & White in Uniontown. If you're one of those people who found yourself facing legal issues, including minor criminal offenses, traffic, DUI, or other summary offenses, we are here to help you. Many times, these mistakes don't have to ruin your life. One bad decision does not make you a bad person. Let us help you fix the problem and move on with your life. Call our office today at 724-439-9200. Zebley, Mahalov & White, your local attorneys helping local people. If you made a bad decision that has you in legal trouble, make a good decision now by allowing our firm to represent you. Zebley, Mahalov & White in Uniontown and at zeblaw.com. Zebley, Mahalov & White, local attorneys helping local people. Let us fix your life.
Zebley, Mahalov & White. It's gonna be alright.
Patrick Cavanaugh leading off this bottom of the second inning. Swing and miss there at the first pitch from Jacob Smith. Now the 0-1. A little low, evens up the count at 1-1 this half inning on the WMBS side. Brought to you by NovaCare Rehabilitation, Potter's Bar and Grill, and also First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. Count now 2-1 to Patrick Cavanaugh. Patrick came into the game a .308 average with 4 RBIs. Junior catcher for the Mustangs. 2-1 on the way, and a chopper here to short could be a tough play. Siafi there, throw over to first in time to Ethan Heast to retire Patrick Cavanaugh. 6-3, and the way that ball was chopping over to short, Caden really did a good job there to keep it in front of him and make the play over to Ethan Heast on that high infield grass to retire Cavanaugh. 6-3 for the first out of this bottom half of the second inning. Now I'll bring up Braden McKnight. McKnight playing center field, batting .200, has driven in 3 runs on the season. Behind here, 0-1 quickly. Wind blowing in a little bit here at Hutch. Now the 0-1 on the way. A little high and outside. Takes us now to 1-1. One pitch. That one golfed foul on the left side. Takes us to 1-2. Taking a look at the schedule ahead for the Greensburg Salem Golden Lions as McKnight gets rung up for the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up the top of the order and Ty Sankovic. We mentioned the Mustangs with series remaining in the conference against Elizabeth Forward in Uniontown. For Greensburg Salem, they'll wrap up conference play with actually a makeup game against Ringgold coming up tomorrow. And then they'll have a series with Bell Vernon the following week. And there's a well-hit ball into left center field. They'll drop in for a hit for Ty Sankovic. So Ty Sankovic with a 2-out single for the Mustangs. Good to see Ty getting the bat going. Came into the game batting just .226 with an RBI. And I'll bring up Frank Kula. Frank with a single last time up, stole a base, and scored the Mustangs' first run of the afternoon. Average now above 400 for Frank Kula. And he'll swing at the first pitch and rip it into center field, but right at the center fielder Dylan Sarsfield for the third out of the inning. So the Mustangs leave Sankovic stranded. We've played 2 already here from Hutchinson Field in Hopwood. It's 2-0. Laurel Highlands over Greensburg Salem here on the CR Parada Group High School Sports Day.
Siri not available. Siri not available. Siri not.
Get our broadcast today on the South Union Township Sports Network, brought to you in part by the Sprouse Insurance Group in Uniontown and agent David Hughes. United Bank, Davis & Davis attorneys at law. South Union Township supervisors Robert Schiff-Bauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott. Southwestern Gastrointestinal Specialists, SWGI in Uniontown. Doctors Calabrese, Ruthart, Stokes, and Hoppy, and Zebley Mahalav and Watt, Uniontown business and bankruptcy attorneys. Again, it's 2-0. Laurel Highlands leading the Greensburg Salem Golden Lions. This top of the third on the WMBS side being brought to you by the C. Harperano Group and also by General Dentist Dr. Edward Wietek, longtime supporter of Laurel Highlands High School baseball. Again, our live video stream today brought to you by Fayette County Recorder of Deeds, John Marietta and Jimmy Johns inside the Walnut Hill Plaza, of course, right next to Shop and Save. Maybe I'll make a stop there on the way home. They still don't have the snack bar ready for these Laurel Highlands games. Maybe they can get a snack bar open here before the high school baseball regular season ends. Of course, it wasn't the mindset to play Laurel Highlands home games here at Hutchinson Field in Hopwood at the beginning of the season. Kind of played here due to necessity with the struggles they've had keeping that field playable up there at Laurel Highlands High School. Again, I welcome the games down here. I think a lot of folks do. Always fun coming down here to Hutchinson Field in Hopwood for local baseball action as Ethan Wilson leads off this top half of the third for Greensburg Salem. Called strike one. Wilson, a good average though in the season for the Golden Lions, batting .409, playing right field here today. Joey Chambers starting his third inning of work already with 3 strikeouts, has yielded 2 hits, a single to Jacob Smith back in the first, and also Caden Siafi with a single in the second inning. Now the 0-1 fouled off on the left side, takes the count to 0-2 now. Joey Chambers to Ethan Wilson. And coming up after the game, our post-game show brought to you by State Farm agent Lauren Yeoman. Now the 0-2 from Chambers. Breaking ball hit on the ground to first. O'Brien is there and will make the play 3 unassisted for the first outs of this top half of the third inning. Now bring up the top of the order and Dylan Sarsfield. Sarsfield grounded out 6-3 to start the game. Came into the game with a .192 average and 2 RBIs. 2 runs on 3 hits so far for the Mustangs. Greensburg Salem with just 2 hits so far this afternoon. First pitch here, Chambers to Sarsfield. Breaking ball a little high and inside. Takes the count to 1-0. I have to say hello to our good buddy Mookie John, who's watching the broadcast here today. You heard one of the South Union Township Sports Network ads for his business earlier on as well. Uniontown Printing Press. Mookie teaming up there with Uniontown head baseball coach Kenny Musco, running the Uniontown Printing Press. Stop out to see him to get your custom T-shirts made. Count now 3-0. We actually had some shirts made from Mook down at WMBS earlier on this year as well. Really turned out great, and we'll have them at many of our WMBS remote broadcasts throughout the course of the season. 3-0 pitch on the way, low and outside for ball 4. So a 1-out walk issued from Joey Chambers to Dylan Sarsfield gives Greensburg Salem their third base runner in 3 innings, with Jacob Smith coming to the plate. Smith came into the game with a .500 average and bettered that with a single to right field in that top half of the first inning. Lefty Smith against the righty Joe Chambers, who now operates from the stretch. Pitch on the way right down the pipe for a strike. Counted 0-1. We mentioned those T-shirts from the Uniontown Printing Press will be up tomorrow at Prime House Direct at the Uniontown Mall from 10 a.m. to 12 noon with a WMBS prize. Will pitch missing there. Stealing second safely is Dylan Sarsfield with a head-first slide. Arnie Amber will join me up there at Prime House tomorrow from 10 to noon, and I'll be back with Bill Madden at the Laurel Mall Prime House Direct on Saturday from 12 to 2. Again, we'll have some WMBS T-shirts, scratch-off lottery tickets, all kinds of good stuff. Another pitch in there for a strike from Chambers to Jacob Smith. Takes the count to 1-2. Now the 1-2 on the way. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3. They'll make the tag. Actually, they're going to have to make the throw to get the out recorded. Seen that a couple of times so far, but nonetheless, goes in the books as the 4th strikeout of the game already for Joey Chambers. And now for Joey, that's 27 strikeouts to go against only 8 walks so far this season, with Hayden Teska coming to the plate. Teska came in with a .321 average. He was one of Chambers' strikeout victims back in the first inning. Joey's first pitch here to Teska. Great breaking ball in there for a strike, 0-1. Chambers, again, a solid number 1 option for the Mustangs, coming in with a 3-0 record. ERA just over 1. And Teska with a rip over the glove there of Alex McLean in a left field. And we're going to have a relay coming in, and Greensburg Salem will get back to within 1 as Dylan Sarsfield scores on the play. So it's an RBI single to left for Hayden Teska, his 7th RBI of the season. Drives in Sarsfield, and just like that, Greensburg Salem back to within 2-1 of Laurel Highlands, with 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd. And Ethan Heath coming to the plate. He struck out to end the first inning. So the Golden Lions doing a little damage here in the top of the 3rd, trying to get back into this game. Now Chambers' first pitch here to Ethan Heath. First pitch swinging on the ground. Kula flip over to short to Sankovic to retire the lead runner Teska to end the inning. So goes 4-6. And we'll get out of this top half of the 3rd inning with the score 2-1. Laurel Highlands leading the Greensburg Salem Golden Lions here on the C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Day. Broadcast coming your way from Hutchinson Field in Hopwood on a Wednesday afternoon.
Lansing Academy of Dance offers a fun learning environment for all ages and ability levels. Owned and directed by Christina Lansing John and located on South Beeson Avenue in Uniontown, Lansing Academy of Dance offers classes in ballet, jazz, tap, acro gym, point, contemporary, lyrical, hip-hop, and ballroom, all at very reasonable prices. Lansing Academy of Dance provides a professional, positive, and friendly environment for all dancers to find a second home. Come join the dance family and learn from the most qualified teachers in our area. For more information, visit LansingAcademy.com or call 724-438-6911. Uniontown Printing Press, they are more than t-shirts. They are about you and everything you love. And they are local. Operated by Mookie John and Kenny Musco, they share the passion with your group, club, or team. The excitement you have for your event or cause. And that makes your business stand out from the rest. Uniontown Printing Press believes that custom t-shirts do more than just make you look good. They help you feel good and inspire you to do good. Call Uniontown Printing Press at 724-366-7095. That's 724-366-7095. Are you down with UPP?
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank, at your service.
Carson D'Amico leading out the bottom half of the 3rd for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs, who lead the Greensburg Salem Golden Lions by a score of 2-1. Brian Morozak alongside Jerry Dupay on this digital exclusive broadcast here today. Count now 1-1. Both the WMBS Facebook page, the Triple Live High School Sports Network, and the South Union Township Sports Network Facebook page as well, along with the Laurel Highlands School District page. Appreciate you tuning in on any of the digital platforms. Carson now ahead on the count, 2-1. Struck out looking first time up. Senior left fielder came in with a .444 average and 8 RBIs for the Mustangs so far this season. Laurel Highlands scoring 2 runs in the bottom of the first inning on a 2 RBI single from Caleb Yanoski. As that one fouled off from Carson D'Amico, takes the count to 2-2. Frankie Kula and Alex McLean scoring those runs for the Mustangs. Greensburg Salem coming back with an RBI single from Hayden Teska, driving in Dylan Sarsfield. That ball hit high in the air and unable to make the catch, then a little collision between Caden Siafi and Dylan Sarsfield. You had Siafi backing up from the shortstop position. Sarsfield coming in from center field. Neither one could make the play, just well positioned there from Carson D'Amico. I think you have to give him a hit. And the Mustangs a base runner with nobody out here in the bottom of the third inning, leading 2-1 with Alex McLean coming to the plate. McLean walked and scored a run last time up. Junior came in with a .394 average and 7 RBIs, playing third base here today. First pitch, Jacob Smith to Alex McLean. Swing and a miss, and the count at 0-1. 2 runs on 4 hits so far for the Mustangs. 1 run on 3 hits for the Greensburg Salem Golden Lions. Now the 0-1 on the way from Jacob Smith. Nub foul from Alex McLean. This half inning on the WMBS side brought to you by the Centers for Rehab Services and physical therapist Jim Burns. Stop by and see Jim on Wayland Smith Drive. So State Farm agent Lauren Yeoman. Lauren, proud sponsor of our post-game show on the WMBS side. And Mama Ruka's Pizza Shop. Good place to watch high school sports. Get some great bruschetta, pizza, wings, all kinds of good stuff down there at Mama Ruka's Pizza Shop. Count 1-2. Jacob Smith to Alex McLean. Pitch on the way, a little low and outside, takes us to 2-2 with Carson D'Amico on first and nobody outs. Mustangs looking for the series sweep against Greensburg Salem after a 15-3 win on Monday. 2-2 on the way. This is a little low, it takes us to 3-2. Mustangs trying to keep the bats hot here on a cold Wednesday afternoon. The game time temperature just above 40 degrees. A little nub there, and actually one off of the foot of Alex McLean. Home plate umpire saying he just lost the ball. Now McLean coming over, talking to head coach Brad Yeoman. Given a minute here. And you get a lot of stingers with the weather as cold as it is outside right now. Again, with a wind chill outside, makes it feel like temperatures in the 30s. I think we're getting set to resume now. And Alex is all right. He'll step back in. And the count 3-2, Jacob Smith to Alex McLean. Pitch on the way, and Alex again stays alive, setting it foul on the right side. And Alex walked and scored a run last time up. Wind continues to blow straight in from center field. Another 3-2. It was in sight, but Alex went chasing. Swing and a miss, strike 3, right to the 4th strikeout for Jacob Smith here today, and his 26th strikeout of the season. We have an out recorded here in the bottom of the 3rd with Braden O'Brien coming to the plate. Like McLean, O'Brien walked back in that first inning, where the Mustangs scored 2 runs and sent 7 men to the plate. First pitch to O'Brien, and he'll chop it down the third base line. Peyton Chismar, their only play at first. He'll make the long throw in time to retire O'Brien 5-3 for the inning's second out. Carson D'Amico able to advance down to second in scoring position with Caleb Yanoski coming to the plate. Again, Yanoski productive last time up. 2 RBI single to left, raising his average, which stood at .250 coming into the game. Now has driven in 4 runs on the season. First pitch here to Caleb, but he'll chop it down the third base line, foul. Brad Yeoman able to make that play with those cold hands. I haven't had the hand warmers in my pockets today. It's so cold. 0-1 pitch on the way. Yanoski went around, counted 0-2. Mustangs looking for a little insurance right now with the lead only 2-1. Now the 0-2, Jacob Smith to Caleb Yanoski. It's on the way and low and outside to take us to 1-2. And this is a digital exclusive broadcast on Facebook pages of WMBS, the South Union Township Sports Network, and the Laurel Highlands School District, also on the Triple Live High School Sports Network today as well. 1-2 pitch on the way, and they're going to say Yanoski went around for strike 3. So give Jacob Smith credit. He's now mowed down 5 Mustangs, really settled down after yielding those 2 runs in the bottom half of the first inning. We've already played 3 innings here from Hutchinson Field and Hopwood. Good game. Laurel Highlands 2, Greensburg Salem 1 here on the CR Product Group High School Sports Day.
Siri not available. Siri not.
Sadly, my heart up and white. It's gonna be alright.
Filing for bankruptcy is not something that anyone wants to do. Good people sometimes run into hard times, and they need help. Hi, I'm Dan White with the law offices of Zebley, Maholob & White, and I'm here to help. If you're faced with insurmountable debt and are out of options and you need help, give our office a call today. Allow us to help you understand your rights and options under the law. Filing bankruptcy is not the end of the road, and if you're struggling with debt, it very well could be a new beginning. So stop worrying and take action. Give our office a call today at 724-439-9200 or click on zeblaw.com for more information. Zebley, Maholob & White, local attorneys helping local people. Let us help you fix your life.
Sadly, my heart up and white. It's gonna be alright.
Back here at Hutchinson Field and Hopwood, already moving in the top half of the 4th inning. It's Owen Tudich, Caden Siafi, and Peyton Chismar due up for the Greensburg Salem Golden Lions. It's a 2-1 lead for Laurel Highlands over Greensburg Salem. Mustangs putting their 2 runs in the bottom half of the first. Greensburg Salem coming back with a run in the top half of the 3rd inning. First pitch here to the lefty, Tudich. Low for ball 1. Tudich grounded out 6-3 to start the 2nd inning. Came in with a .269 average. Junior playing left field today for the Greensburg Salem Golden Lions. Now the 1-0 on the way. Low again takes us to 2-0. This half inning being brought to you by the Sprouse Insurance Group and insurance agent David Hughes, the Somerset Trust Company, and also Peachin's Pharmacy located inside the downtown Connellsville Peachin Market. 2-0 pitch on the way, inside, just like that, 3-0 now to Owen Tudich. Greensburg Salem talking to their coaching staff before the game. They weren't too happy about the game being postponed yesterday. They didn't want to face Joe Chambers today. As Chambers finds the strike zone, takes us to 3-1. They said to me, boy, this field looks pretty good after being underwater yesterday. But we certainly had a lot of rain in the air, even in the early afternoon yesterday. Weren't able to get the field here at Hutch playable, and the school district field's not been playable as well throughout the course of the season as Tudich walks on the 3-1 pitch, which was inside. Second walk issue this afternoon from Joey Chambers. And Caden Siafi comes to the plate. He hit a single last time up. Senior batting .269 with 7 RBIs. You've Tudich now at first, who represents the game-tying run. And Chambers making sure he stays close to the bag. A couple of checks over at first. Now Caden back in the batter's box. Showing bunt, pulls back, pitching there for a strike, counted 0-1. Wind's been swirling here today, now blowing pretty hard left to right. It's about 10 to 15 miles an hour, looking at that flag pole and straightaway center field. Another throw over to first and back safely. 360 to straightaway center here at Hutchinson. 325 down the lines. 0-1 on the way, and a late bunt laid down there by Caden. Going right back to Joe. Makes the throw to second, and they get the force out. So good heads-up play there from Joey Chambers, setting it down at Ty Sankovic, who was covering the second base bag. So it goes 1-6, getting the lead runner. So Tudich retired, and Peyton Chismar coming to the plate. Chismar sacrificed last time up, only a freshman, came in with a 192 average and an RBI, and now Chambers checking Caden over at first. And he's back safely. Now Joey's first pitch here to Peyton Chismar, and Peyton fouls it back. Counted 0-1. Certainly had a wild game for you on the WMBS side this past Monday. Uniontown and West Mifflin. Red Raiders led 1-0 going into the top of the 7th inning. West Mifflin tying the game on a suicide squeeze, and then plating 8 runs in the top of the 8th inning for a 9-1 final that went 8. Red Raiders also lost on the road yesterday at West Mifflin, so Uniontown finding themselves now tied with Elizabeth Ford for 3rd place in the conference, and Laurel Highlands on the heels of 7 straight wins, including 5 in the conference, now in 2nd place by themselves. Runner going here, pitch miss low, throw down to second, close play, but safe at second is Caden Stiaffi. So he moves into scoring position, representing the game-tying run. And you have Chismar at the plate, and they're going to check the count here. Should be 1-1. It is. Now Joe will look to settle down and keep the Mustangs in front here today. 1-1 pitch on the way. Another breaking ball. No doubt about that one. It's a strike. Count now 1-2. With Braden Leatherman due up next. One-two. Fastball, swing and a miss. Strike 3. So Joe continues to mow him down. 5 strikeouts now in the game for Joe Chambers. 28 for the season. And now 2 away here in the top half of the 4th. Braden Leatherman at the plate, another freshman batting 167 with an RBI. Struck out swinging to end the 2nd inning. Joe comes here with a breaking ball. It just misses a little bit inside. Results from earlier on this week. We told you about Laurel Highlands' 15-3 win over Greensburg Salem. That was on Monday. Also on Monday, Elizabeth Forward doubled up Ringgold at 2-1, and West Mifflin with that extra inning 9-1 win over Uniontown. Now Chambers 1-0 pitch. Again inside to Leatherman. Takes us to 2-0. Yesterday, West Mifflin beat Uniontown 6-1, and Ringgold split the series with Elizabeth Ford winning 4-0 in Carroll Township yesterday, which now has the conference set up with West Mifflin at 9-1. Titans have pretty much locked up the conference. The only way they don't win it is if Laurel Highlands wins out and West Mifflin gets swept in their final conference series. Mustangs at 5-2, Elizabeth Ford and Uniontown at 4-4, Ringgold at 2-5, Greensburg Salem at 2-6, and then Bell Vernon also at 2-6. Bell Vernon and check that, Greensburg Salem and Ringgold have a makeup game to play tomorrow. Count now 3-0. Chambers to Leatherman, and the 3-0 pitch on the way finds the strike zone, takes us to 3-1. And a number of makeup games around the area today, including Albert Gallatin at Peters Township. And that was a wild result on Monday. Albert Gallatin came into the game winless. Peters Township was undefeated as Chambers comes back and gets a swing and a miss there from Leatherman to take us to 3-2. And Albert Gallatin upset Peters Township. So Albert Gallatin picked up their first win of the season on Monday, and Peters Township picked up their first loss of the season. Had to be one of the biggest upsets around the WPIAL so far this year. 3-2 pitch on the way, breaking ball. Ruled ball 4 and hopped away there from Kavanaugh, allowing Caden to get down their 3rd. And now runners on the corners. You have Caden representing the game-tying run. And now Braden Leatherman over at first, representing the go-ahead run here for Greensburg Salem, with Ethan Wilson coming to the plate. Wilson grounded out 3 unassisted to start the 3rd inning. So a big threat here from the Golden Lions. They trail Laurel Highlands 2-1. Wilson batting from the left side. He's got the job done at the plate so far this season. Came in with a .409 average. First pitch here from Chambers. Inside for ball 1. Takes us to 1-0. But Wilson has yet to drive in a run this season. Good opportunity for it right here for Greensburg Salem. Chambers again from the stretch. And he'll check with a little lob throw, just a token throw over in Leatherman's direction. Don't know how aggressive you'd get right now with Leatherman over at first with 2 outs here in the inning. And down a run. 1-0 pitch. Catches the outside corner for a strike. Evens things up at 1-1. So Wilson will have to be aggressive here at the plate, facing Joe Chambers. Now the 1-1 on the way. That one just off the plate. Takes us to 2-1. Gary Frankhauser might join me a little later this afternoon, depending on how quick this game goes. Tony Hanola expected to be with me on Friday at Bailey Park for the Uniontown Senior Day game. Another check of Leatherman at first, who's back safely. That'll be against Mount Pleasant. We'll also have the Red Raiders for you Mondays. They'll take on Ringgold. And again, we're back with Laurel Highlands Tuesdays. They host Elizabeth Forward. Another check of the runner. And of course, coming up in a couple of weeks, that final conference series of the year between Uniontown and Laurel Highlands. That should be a lot of fun. 2-1 here to Wilson. Swing and a miss. Now 2 strikes on Wilson. See when chasing there, the high fastball. Count now leaving it 2-2. Chambers trying to get out of the inning with 2 on and 2 outs. 2-2 pitch to Wilson, who gets a piece of it. It's through on the left side, and Greensburg Salem ties the game at 2. Wilson, RBI single to left. And that drives in Caden Siafi. And this game tied at 2.
Number 12, center fielder Dylan Sarsfield.
Now bring up Dylan Sarsfield. Sarsfield, third plate appearance of the game as the Golden Lions go back to the top of the order. Now time called. Head coach Brad Yeoman's going to come out and bring the whole infield in. Sarsfield grounded out 6-3 back in the first inning. Walked, stole a base, and scored a run back in the third inning. So the Mustangs in a bit of a jam here. Game tied at 2. 2 runs on 4 hits for both teams. Our broadcast here today on the South Union Township Sports Network brought to you by the Sprouse Insurance Group and Agent David Hughes, United Bank. Davis & Davis attorneys at law. South Union Township supervisors Robert Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott. Southwestern Gastrointestinal Specialist, SWGI in Uniontown. That's Dr. Calabrese, Ruth Hart, Stokes, and Hoppy. And Zebley Mahal and White, Uniontown business and bankruptcy attorneys. So the Mustangs, after defeating Greensburg Salem 15-3 on Monday, in quite a battle here this afternoon. It was similar to last year when these two schools met. Mustangs won the series opener rather easily 3-0. But then coming back the next game, that one was played at Greensburg Salem. Golden Lions outslugged the Mustangs 11-10. Here this game tied at 2, and Greensburg Salem not done yet here in the top half of the fourth. Looking for more with Dylan Sarsfield at the plate. First pitch here to Sarsfield. Breaking ball from Chambers finds the strike zone, 0-1. Need Joe to come through here. Get entered the game, ERA just above 1. Has given up 2 runs here this afternoon, both earned. Struck out 5, 0-1 pitch. Did it catch the corner? No, it didn't. Count even at 1-1, trying to make Sarsfield his 6th strikeout victim of the afternoon. Had a very big crowd here at Hutchinson on a cold Wednesday afternoon. That ball well hit, could be trouble again. It will drop in front of right fielder Caleb Janoski, and Greensburg Salem will score the go-ahead run as coming around there, Braden Leatherman will give Greensburg Salem now a 3-2 lead over Laurel Highlands. So an RBI single to right center field for Dylan Sarsfield. Drives in Leatherman. That's now 2 across for Greensburg Salem here in the top half of the fourth. And the Golden Lions, surprise, surprise, up 3-2 over Laurel Highlands. And now Jacob Smith, the 7th Golden Lion to bat here in the top half of the fourth, comes to the plate. He's 1 for 2 today. Singled back in the first. Struck out swinging in the third. Runners on first and third now for Greensburg Salem. Golden Lions continue to threaten. First pitch there from Chambers off the plate, and Joe may be a little flustered right now. Mustangs just need 1 out here to get out of the inning. 1-0 pitch. Another breaking ball gets past Patrick Kavanaugh, the catcher. That will allow Dylan Sarsfield to get down to second on the pass ball. Now 2 in scoring position. Golden Lions up 3-2 as we work here in the top half of the 4th inning. Chambers looking into Patrick Kavanaugh. It's a 2-0 count. And a 2-0 pitch on the way. Well hit again into center field, but that one right at Braden McKnight, who shields the sun and makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. And boy, the Mustangs needed that. Greensburg Salem with 2 runs scored here in the top of the 4th. And now we'll head to the bottom of the 4th with Greensburg Salem now leading Laurel Highlands by a score of 3-2. This is the C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Day digital exclusive broadcast here today on the Facebook platforms of WMBS, the South Union Township Sports Network, the Laurel Highlands School District, and of course on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Brian Morozek with Jerry Dupay, Frank Kula helping us out on the Score Hub here this afternoon.
Attorneys from all over the state and nation advertise in southwestern Pennsylvania for personal injury and workers' comp cases, but most of them send their assistants to do the legwork. You might not even meet your attorney until your first hearing.
We're local attorneys, Davis & Davis.
We meet directly with our clients, including free consultation, and there are no fees until you receive money on your case.
If you've been injured, call Davis & Davis, representing you and your neighbors yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Phone 724-437-2799.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sproul's Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to sproulsinsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. It's not.
Mustangs finding themselves trailing now for the first time in this game, down 3-2. Ben Diamond will lead off this bottom half of the 4th inning. It's Diamond, Kavanaugh, and McKnight. Hitters 7, 8, and 9 for the Mustangs. And just like that, Diamond behind 0-1. Ben struck out swinging last time up. Senior DH came in with a 190 average and 5 RBIs. 0-1 just off the plate takes us to 1-1. And Jacob Smith has really settled down nicely for Greensburg Salem after yielding 2 runs in that bottom of the 1st inning. Has come back strong for Greensburg Salem here today. Now 2-1 from Smith to Diamond. A 2-1 pitch on the way. Diamond hard ground ball gets by Smith. Still a play here for Siafi at short. And able to make the throw in time to Ethan Heese to retire Ben Diamond 6-3. We've seen a couple of nice plays there from Caden Over at shortstop. And able to get the first out of this bottom half of the 4th inning with the junior catcher Patrick Kavanaugh coming into the plate. Kavanaugh batting .308 with 4 RBIs. Grounded out 6-3 to start the bottom half of the 2nd inning. And he'll take the first pitch here low for ball 1. This half inning on the WMBS side brought to you by First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. Peachin's Pharmacy inside the downtown Connellsville Peachin Market as Kavanaugh takes a strike there to even up the count at 1-1. Always good to check in and see Jimmy Capuzzi there at Peachin's Pharmacy. Now the 1-1 on the way. That one missing takes the count to 2-1. And also Novacare Rehabilitation on Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Also a brand new location out in Masontown, just off of Route 21. Check them out today as well. We actually have a WMBS basket giveaway with Novacare Rehabilitation throughout the rest of April into May as well. Opportunity to win some great WMBS and Novacare prizes. Stop into both the Novacare locations in Uniontown and Masontown for your opportunity to register to win some great goodies. Have some scratch-offs in there for you, some WMBS and Novacare t-shirts, some WMBS hats, zoo tickets, pirate tickets, all kinds of good stuff. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's 2 quick outs for Laurel Highlands here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. That'll bring up Braden McKnight. And Braden McKnight struck out looking his first time up. Trying to get his average up a little bit right now. Came in batting .200, swings at the first pitch here and fouls it off on the left side. Makes the count to 0-1. 3 runs on 5 hits now for Greensburg Salem. 2 runs on 4 hits for Laurel Highlands. Mustangs looking for a base runner. Smith has retired 5 straight until now as Braden McKnight, a 2-out single to left. Just what the doctor ordered for Laurel Highlands, with the top of the order due up next. And Tyler Sankovic, who started to get his bat going a little bit as well, had a single to left center field last time up. Flew out to right during his first at-bat. Came into the game with a .226 average and an RBI. Junior shortstop, and we'll see how aggressive the Mustangs get with a speedy Braden McKnight over at first as Sankovic takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. McKnight representing the game, tying run over at first. 1-0 pitch on the way, well hit on the right side. Opportunity here for the second baseman Leatherman, who has no play. Smith was coming over late to cover after Ethan Heese couldn't track it down over at first. And now the Mustangs with 2 on and 2 outs, trying to get some damage done with Frank Kula coming to the plate. So back-to-back hits from McKnight and Sankovic, trying to set the table here for Kula, who homered here at Hutchinson a couple of weeks back. Now has a homer and 7 RBI, scored the game's first run here today and rips one just foul on the right side. Well hit ball, but in foul territory. And a great opportunity here for Frank with 2 on and 2 outs. And the Mustangs down a run as we work here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Laurel Highlands entering play today on a 7-game winning streak, trying to keep it going. Waiting to get everybody back on the bags here. Sankovic at first, McKnight at second. I think by the time that fly ball from Kula landed, McKnight was almost across home plate. Now the 0-1 on the way, and cool little nubber here, and that'll be a play by the third baseman, Peyton Chismar. 5 unassisted for the third and final out of the inning. So the Mustangs end up stranding 2 here in the bottom half of the 4th inning and still trail 3-2 against Greensburg Salem after 4 here on the C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Day on WMBS, the South Union Township Sports Network, the Triple Live High School Sports Network, and Facebook Live.
Lansing Academy of Dance offers a fun learning environment for all ages and ability levels. Owned and directed by Christina Lansing John and located on South Beeson Avenue in Uniontown, Lansing Academy of Dance offers classes in ballet, jazz, tap, acro gym, point, contemporary, lyrical, hip-hop, and ballroom, all at very reasonable prices. Lansing Academy of Dance provides a professional, positive, and friendly environment for all dancers to find a second home. Come join the dance family and learn from the most qualified teachers in our area. For more information, visit LansingAcademy.com or call 724-438-6911. Uniontown Printing Press, they are more than t-shirts. They are about you and everything you love. And they are local. Operated by Mookie John and Kenny Musco, they share the passion with your group, club, or team, the excitement you have for your event or cause, and that makes your business stand out from the rest. Uniontown Printing Press believes that custom t-shirts do more than just make you look good. They help you feel good and inspire you to do good. Call Uniontown Printing Press at 724-366-7095. That's 724-366-7095. Are you down with UPP?
Greensburg Salem a 3-2 lead over Laurel Highlands. Hayden Teska, Ethan Heese, and Owen Tudich due up here for the Golden Lions. Brian Morozak alongside Jerry Dupay. Frank Kula helping us out with our Score Hub this afternoon on this digital exclusive broadcast. This half inning on the WMBS side brought to you by Uniontown Detailing. It's the place I'm going to hit up here after the high school sports season with all this equipment I'm hauling in and out on a weekly basis. Cars getting a little dinged up. Have to take it down to Uniontown Detailing after the season ends. Also the Radcliffe Law Firm and State Farm agent Lauren Yeoman, proud sponsor of our post-game show here on WMBS. 1-0 here to Hayden Teska. Third at-bat of the game for Hayden, who struck out swinging first time up. RBI single back in the 3rd inning. 1-0 here from Joe Chambers. Big cut there from Teska. Evens up the count at 1-1. Good to see Laurel Highlands' Rodney Gallagher here as well. Rodney this past week announced his top 8 finalists for where he's going to play high school football at, including a couple of local schools, West Virginia and Penn State. I think Roddy was here wearing shorts. I put the winter jacket on in between innings. Joe finds the strike zone there again to Hayden Teske, evens up the count at 2-2. Jerry's bundled up to my right as well. Now the 2-2 on the way. And Teske fouls it off into the netting again. Count remains 2-2. And the Mustangs an off day tomorrow. If your pocket schedule said game at Brownsville, it's been canceled. Mustangs will hit the road and play Greater Latrobe on Friday under the lights. Teske another rip and cut by the shortstop Ty Sankovic. Had to hop up to grab that one. And an out recorded here in the top of the 5th. Now bring up Ethan Heese. Ethan 0 for 2 today. Strikeout and a ground out. Chambers' first pitch here to Heese. Breaking ball misses inside. 1-0. Both team starters have gone the entire way so far. Jacob Smith for Greensburg Salem and Joey Chambers for Laurel Highlands. And this one going opposite field right and will drop in front of Caleb Janoski for a hit for Ethan Heese. So Ethan, a 1-out single for Greensburg Salem here in the top half of the 5th. And the Golden Lions lead it by a score of 3-2. Now Owen Sudich coming to the plate. Golden Lions making their way through the order for the 3rd time. Sudich batting from the 5th position in the Greensburg Salem batting lineup. Grounded out 6-3 back in the 2nd inning. Walked in the 4th. Came in with a .269 average. First pitch here to Tudich, and he'll chop it to Frankie Cool at 2nd. Frankie charges, throws to 1st in time to Braden O'Brien to retire Tudich 4-3. Runner Heese advances down to 2nd. Now 2 outs here on the top of the 5th with Caden Siafi coming to the plate. Caden with a single to right field. First time up in the 2nd inning. Hit into a fielder's choice and scored a run in the 4th. Has a runner in scoring position to work with here. Takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. Caden 7 RBIs on the season. And drive in Heese here would give Greensburg Salem an insurance run, and he might do it. Rip into center. McKnight is there. Relay coming in, and they're going to hold the runner. Heese at 3rd base with a gun coming in from McKnight at center field. That's 2 hits, though, here in the inning for Greensburg Salem. And once again, runners on the corners with 2 outs. And Peyton Chismar coming to the plate. Joey not looking quite as sharp as he usually does on the mound, and you wonder if the cold temperatures have anything to do with that here this afternoon. It's Patrick Kavanaugh. Sends some signs now in Joey's direction. Chismar sacrifice, first time up in the 2nd inning, struck out in the 4th. 5th Golden Line to bat here in the 5th. And he'll nub the first pitch foul from Joey Chambers. Wait and get a new ball in Joey's direction. Actually just reload the umpire with a few. So 0-1 now. And Joey Chambers to Peyton Chismar. Now check of the runner over at first. Head for a slide back safely there for Caden. Mentioned some of the local action as Albert Gallatin looking for the sweep at Peters Township today. Also East Allegheny at Mount Pleasant. Again, Uniontown will see Mount Pleasant coming up on Friday. McGuffey at Brownsville today as well. Also Bishop Canevin at Jefferson Morgan. Swing and a miss. Now 2 strikes on Peyton Chismar. Sarah Catholic at Greensburg Central Catholic. And now Joey Chambers of the Mustangs trying to get out of the inning. And a little token throw again over to first just to make sure that Caden's back on the bag. He's down at third. Golden Lions lead at 3-2. 0-2 pitch, now time call. Greensburg Salem now 3 runs on 7 hits, 2 runs on 6 hits for Laurel Highlands. A 1-run lead for the Golden Lions, looking for more. 0-2 pitch. A little high and outside as Chambers may be trying to get Chismar to chase one. Moves the count now to 1-2. And Joey's 1-2 pitch. Another breaking ball swing and a miss, strike 3. He got Chismar chasing that one. And after yielding a couple of hits here in the top half of the 5th inning, Mustangs able to get out of it. Now for Joey Chambers, then 6 strikeouts here this afternoon. But Greensburg Salem continues to lead Laurel Highlands by a score of 3-2 here on the C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Day. Coming your way, a digital exclusive broadcast from Hutchinson Field here in Hopwood.
Are you getting collection calls, finding bills in the mail you can't pay? Are you expecting shutoff or foreclosure notices? If you are in financial trouble, you need to know that there is help under the law that will help protect you and your assets. Hi, this is Attorney Chuck Zebley with Zebley, Mahalav & White. Allow us to help you protect yourself. If you are in debt and have no way out, let us help you understand your options under the federal bankruptcy laws. Filing bankruptcy is not the end of the road. For many, it's a fresh start and a new beginning. So give our office a call today, 724-439-9200, or visit our website at zeblaw.com. Zebley, Mahalav & White in Uniontown. Local attorneys helping local people. Let us help you fix your life.
Zebley, Mahalav & White. It's gonna be alright.
Back here at Hutchinson Field in Hopwood, moving to the bottom of the 5th inning on a cold Wednesday afternoon. Laurel Highlands looking to rally back, down 3-2 this half inning on the WMBS side. Brought to you by both Jimmy John's and Shop and Save in the Walnut Hill Plaza. Grab a sub, grab some groceries on your way home from the game today. Also by Ford of Uniontown, right on top of the hill on Route 40 across from Walmart's. And the Applebee's area, 1-1 now to Carson D'Amico. Carson 1 for 2 today. Singled last time up in the 3rd inning. 3rd time through the lineup for the Mustangs, and now D'Amico putting it in play. High fly ball to right, getting under it and making the grab there, Ethan Wilson, for the first down of the inning. Not what Laurel Highlands wanted to see at this juncture of the game. Mustangs plated 2 runs in the bottom of the 1st inning. 2 RBI, single to left from Caleb Janoski, drove in Frank Cole and Alex McLean, but that's been it in the scoring department for the Mustangs. They had a Ty Sankovic single in the 2nd inning. Carson D'Amico picked up a hit in the 3rd inning and actually put 2 on in the 4th inning. Both Braden McKnight and Ty Sankovic picked up hits, but weren't able to get him around. Now Alex McLean at the plate with a chopper here on the left side. Tough play for Siafi in the hole. Throw over to first. Ruled safe at first. Infield single for Alex McLean, showcasing his speed on a bang-bang play over at first. And the Mustangs a much-needed base runner here with an out in the bottom of the 5th inning, down 3-2 with Braden O'Brien coming into the plate. O'Brien entering with a .333 average, has homered once, driven in 6 on the season. Walked back in the 1st inning, grounded out 5-3 in the 3rd inning. Junior first baseman for the Mustangs takes ball 1 low here from Jacob Smith. Certainly a big call over at first. Close play. It was a tough play there for Caden in the hole to get that throw over to Ethan Heese. Benefit of the doubt there went to McLean. Let's see if Laurel Highlands can take advantage of the opportunity now with O'Brien ahead 2-0 against Jacob Smith. Mustangs down a run with a runner on here in the bottom half of the 5th inning, trying to rally back. 2-0 pitch outside again from Jacob Smith. Takes us to 3-0. 3-0 pitch outside for ball 4. So 2 straight Mustangs now have reached base safely. Laurel Highlands looking for a rally back here in the bottom half of the 5th. Now time called. Hayden Teska, the catcher. We'll talk now to the pitcher, Jacob Smith, with Caleb Yanoski coming to the plate. Again, Yanoski, the Mustangs' only 2 RBIs so far here today. Came in with a .250 average, 1 for 2. Struck out swinging last time up. And Smith entered the game for Greensburg Salem, 2-3 overall record, with a 2.41 ERA. That was kind of deceiving considering the fact that he gave up 24 runs in 20 innings of work, but only 7 of the 24 runs were earned runs. First pitch here to Yanoski, fouled off. Takes us to 0-1. Now Caleb back in the batter's box. Smith glancing back at second, and now time called. Caleb wanting to make sure that he's not frozen there in the batter's box. Now we're cold on this Wednesday afternoon, on a windy afternoon in Hopwood. 0-1 to Yanoski. I'll send it foul again on the right side. Makes the count out to 0-2. Again, 1 out here in the inning, but the Mustangs with 2 on. O'Brien at first, McLean at second. And an 0-2 count here on Caleb Yanoski. Jacob Smith's pitch on the way. Yanoski sends it foul on the left side. Count remains 0-2. Mustangs now 2 runs on 7 hits. And Greensburg Salem also with 7 hits. They've scored 3 runs so far this afternoon. 0-2 on the way. A little high. Takes us to 1-2. Caleb again back in the batter's box. Smith glanced back at second. 1-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Huge strikeout there for Jacob Smith. That's now 7 strikeouts for Jacob Smith so far today. 2 outs now in the bottom of the 5th inning. And a pinch hitter here for the Mustangs, and C.J. Gesk batting for Ben Diamond. Diamond from the DH spot. So Mustangs certainly have their options here. And Gesk has hit the ball well for Laurel Highlands this year, batting .286. Has driven in 3 RBIs. They'll take the first pitch here for strike 1. And the Mustangs really got to use some reserves in that 15-3 win over Greensburg Salem on Monday. Even Dan Carney got a hit off the bench as well. Ground ball here from Gesk. And it's going to be made the play defensively by Ethan Heese, who'll retire Gesk 3 unassisted to end the inning. So the Mustangs once again strand 2. That's 2 innings in a row. Now Laurel Highlands has had 2 on with 2 outs and have been unable to get the runners home. And the score after 5, still 3-2. Greensburg Salem leading Laurel Highlands here on the CR Parada Group High School Sports Day.
Personal injury can come in many forms. No matter what your injury, the attorneys at Davis & Davis will personally meet with you to discuss your case, just like we have over the last 40 years. Trust your case to a local, experienced legal team. Trust Davis & Davis.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank, at your service.
New pitcher here for Laurel Highlands, Noah Matthews, coming on in relief of Joe Chambers. Joe, the pitcher of record for Laurel Highlands, giving up 3 runs here this afternoon. Joe came in with a 1.31 ERA, but he'll need his team to rally back, so he's not on the hook for the decision here this afternoon. And looking at the numbers for Noah Matthews, he, like Joe, has a 1.31 ERA, has not factored in any decisions. We saw him pitch up at Trinity earlier on this year. This will be his 4th appearance. Has worked 5 1/3 innings, given up 3 hits, 5 runs, only 1 earned run, struck out 9 and walked 4 so far this season. And looking here at the top half of the 6th inning now for Greensburg Salem, Matthews will be facing hitters 8, 9, and 1. Braden Leatherman, Ethan Wilson, then the top of the order, Dylan Sarsfield, and they'll start that top of the order for the 4th time in this game. This half inning on the WMBS side brought to you by the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital, also by Mamaruka's Pizza Shop, and by Uniontown Detailing. So now Greensburg Salem looking for insurance, and the Mustangs trying to give them a different look now with Noah Matthews on the mound. So Braden Leatherman to lead things off. Matthews will wind and fire the first pitch. It's a little high for ball 1. Leatherman, only a freshman, came into the game with a 161 average, has driven in a run on the season. Struck out swinging to end the 2nd inning, walked and scored a run in the 4th inning. Matthews 1-0 pitch here, a little high. Brings the count to 2-0, and certainly a little harder coming into a game with the temperatures right around 40 degrees and winds blowing at 15 to 20 miles an hour here in Hopwood. 2-0 pitch. Matthews to Leatherman. Low and outside, 3-0. So Matthews, 3 straight balls. And now Leatherman at the plate, ready for the 3-0 pitch. He'll take a strike, and the count moves to 3-1. Matthews will wind and fire the 3-1. And is just off the plate for ball 4, so a leadoff walk issued by Noah Matthews to Braden Leatherman, and Greensburg Salem in business here in the top half of the 6th inning, and that'll bring up Ethan Wilson. Wilson grounded out, 3 unassisted back in the 3rd. Single to left field last time up. Lefty Wilson against the righty Noah Matthews. And Matthews, a heady kid, in fact, was on the Laurel Highlands hometown high Q team this year. Now works here from the stretch, showing bunt, and Wilson tried to flare it out there. Runner going, throws a little wide and goes into center field. And safe at second in a scoring position now is Leatherman. The wind took a little bit of that throw there from Patrick Kavanaugh at home plate. For the Mustangs in a dogfight right now, top half of the 6th inning, down a run at 3-2. Ethan Wilson at the plate, counts 0-1. Matthews glanced now back at second. 0-1 pitch here to Wilson, who was showing bunt, pulls back, pitch misses, and the count even at 1-1. Mustangs entering 7 straight wins, lost that opening conference series against West Mifflin on the road. Actually, both games played at West Mifflin back in March. Have been 7-0 here in April. Trying to continue a perfect month. 1-1 pitch and bunting, and unable to get a piece of the ball there was Ethan Wilson. Count now moves to 1-2. A loss from Laurel Highlands would also clinch the section title for West Mifflin today as well. And Matthews stepping off. West Mifflin only 1 conference loss. A loss from Laurel Highlands would give the Mustangs 3 conference losses. They're in second place in the conference. West Mifflin only 2 conference games remaining, and they'd hold the tiebreaker over Laurel Highlands. So you would have the West Mifflin Titans clinching the section if Greensburg Salem holds on and knocks off Laurel Highlands here today. So the count now 1-2. Noah Matthews to Ethan Wilson. Wilson set to go. It'll throw back again from Matthews. Stankovic covering the bag at second. Once again, back safely, Leatherman. Nobody out here in the top of the sixth. 1-2 again. Matthews to Wilson. Outside corner, strike three. Wilson literally frozen by Matthews for the first out of this top half of the sixth inning. Much needed on the Laurel Highlands side now with Dylan Sarsfield coming to the plate. Golden Lions starting their fourth trip through the lineup. Sarsfield's been busy this afternoon. Grounded out 6-3 back in the first inning. Walked, stole a base, and scored a run in the third. Then picked up an RBI single back in the fourth inning. Matthews, first pitch here to Sarsfield. Chopped to third. Charging is McLean. Scoops it up. One hop throw over to first and dug out by Braden O'Brien. To record the out, goes 5-3 to retire Sarsfield for the second out of the inning. Advancing down to third is Leatherman, and now you have Jacob Smith at the plate, and time called. Brad Yeoman coming out, bringing the whole infield in, and you have Smith, who came in with a .500 average. Of course, first base open, it's a 3-2 game, but you still have the meat of this Greensburg Salem order up. If you would issue an intentional walk here to Smith, you have Teska batting .321 behind him, and he's batting .348. It's not sure you'd want to do that, especially here in the top half of the sixth inning. And the game at 3-2. Now you have Smith coming over to talk to his head coach, Bill Wisniewski, as well. Bill assisted by Anthony Manley for the Greensburg Salem Golden Lions. Certainly a tight one here this afternoon after the Mustangs walloped Greensburg Salem 15-3 on Monday. Not quite that type of game here this afternoon. Matthews facing Jacob Smith. Now 2 outs here in the inning. First pitch for Matthews a little high for ball one. Brian Morozak along with Jerry Dupay. Frankie Kula helping us out in the score hub again this afternoon. 1-0 pitch on the way. High for ball two. Reminder to stay tuned after the game for our post-game show brought to you by State Farm agent Lauren Yeoman. Now Matthews 2-0 to Jacob Smith. A little high again, 3-0. And first base open, you can be a little careful here, and we'll see Smith with that .500 average if he takes one here. The Golden Lions look for a little insurance. 3-0 pitch off the plate for ball four, and a walk issued. Second walk of the inning issued from Noah Matthews, and that'll bring up Hayden Teska. Teska 1 for 3 today. Struck out swinging back in the first inning. RBI single in the third. And popped up and actually lined out to shortstop Ty Stankovic in the fifth. So now runners on the corners. Golden Lions up 3-2 as we work here in the top half of the sixth inning. Teska came into the game a .321 average and 6 RBIs. Righty versus righty matchup. Matthews, first pitch here to Teska. Teska, high fly ball to right. Getting under it, Yanoski running towards the line, and the ball drops fair. Fair ball. Relay coming in. Out at second is Hayden Teska, but he did drive in a run. As coming around to score was Leatherman. So that increases the Greensburg Salem lead to 4-2. So it goes in the books. It's an RBI single to right for Tull with the wind blowing left to right. Just kept on carrying over towards the line, then dropped fair out of the reach of Caleb Yanoski. So it's now a 4-2 lead for Greensburg Salem over Laurel Highlands as we move to the bottom half of the sixth inning here on the C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Day digital exclusive on the Facebook pages of WMBS, the South Union Township Sports Network, and the Laurel Highlands School District. Of course, we're also on the Trib Live High School Sports Network as well today.
Are you
getting collection calls, finding bills in the mail you can't pay? Are you expecting shutoff or foreclosure notices? If you are in financial trouble, you need to know that there is help under the law that will help protect you and your assets. Hi, this is Attorney Chuck Zebley with Zebley, Mahalav & White. Allow us to help you protect yourself. If you are in debt and have no way out, let us help you understand your options under the federal bankruptcy laws. Filing bankruptcy is not the end of the road. For many, it's a fresh start and a new beginning. So give our office a call today, 724-439-9200, or visit our website at zeblaw.com. Zebley, Mahalav & White in Uniontown, local attorneys helping local people. Let us help you fix your life.
Zebley, Mahalav & White. It's gonna be alright.
Back here at Hutchinson Field in Hopwood, again, our live video stream on the WMBS side today brought to you by Jimmy John's, Walnut Hill Plaza, Uniontown, and Fayette County Recorder of Deeds, John Marietta. This half inning being brought to you by Ted Silva and Son Body and Fender Repair on the Atlas Road in Hopwood. Also by General Dentist Dr. Edward Wietzek, longtime supporter of Laurel Highlands baseball, and the Centers for Rehab Services, the leaders of physical therapy. You can visit physical therapist Jim Burns on Wayland Smith Drive. So for the Mustangs, they're down 2 at 4-2. Patrick Cavanaugh, Braden McKnight, and Ty Sankovic due up here in the home half of the 6th. And taking the first pitch low for ball 1 is Patrick Cavanaugh. Patrick 0 for 2 today, grounded out 6-3 back in the second inning. Struck out swinging in the 4th, but came in with a .308 average and 4 RBIs. Junior catcher for the Mustangs. Jacob Smith still on the hill for Greensburg Salem. 1-0 pitch. Finds the strike zone, even up the count at 1-1. Now the 1-1 on the way. Again, right down the pipe for a strike. 1-2. Jacob Smith to Patrick Cavanaugh. Now the 1-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. And boy, is Jacob Smith looked sharp as of late. That's now 8 strikeouts this afternoon for Smith. Remember, Smith gave up those 2 runs in the bottom of the first inning. 2 RBI single from Caleb Janoski, and he's blanked the Mustangs since. Braden McKnight did pick up a hit last time up. Single to left field back in the 4th inning. He's 1 for 2 today. Takes the first pitch here for ball 1 against Jacob Smith. McKnight, though, came in with just a .200 average and 3 RBIs. Time called here for a moment. Not sure what that was all about. There's an appeal there on the call. Appeal not granted. Now showing bunt, pulling back. And the pitch missed there for ball 2. So now 2-0 from Jacob Smith to Braden McKnight. McKnight back in again, showing bunt, pulls back. And the pitch was in there for a strike, so the count now at 2-1. Mustangs been doubled up so far this afternoon. 2-1 pitch. A little high, 3-1 now. Jacob Smith to Braden McKnight as we work here with 1 out. Home half of the 6th inning. Laurel Highlands riding a 7-game winning streak. As McKnight fouls off that pitch, a Greensburg Salem win over Laurel Highlands clinches the section title for West Mifflin. So certainly a lot on the line here this afternoon. Laurel Highlands still 2 conference series remaining. Next week, home and home against Elizabeth Ford, then rival Uniontown the following week. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So back-to-back strikeouts now for Jacob Smith. He's now recorded 9 strikeouts in this game. And the Mustangs back to the top of the order as they start working through the order for the 4th time in this game with Ty Sankovic, who's now 2 for 3 in this game. Singles in both the 2nd and 4th innings after flying out to right field in the 1st inning. Now the whole infield coming in here for Greensburg Salem. Did we have Smith hit 100? I think that's what we're being told. Smith at 100 pitches. And they're going to make a pitching change. So we'll take a timeout as well and tell you about the new Greensburg Salem pitcher when we come back. It's a 4-2 lead for Greensburg Salem over Laurel Highlands here on the C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Day from Hutchinson Field in Hopwood.
Siri not available.
Attorneys from all over the state and nation advertise in southwestern Pennsylvania for personal injury and workers' comp cases, but most of them send their assistants to do the legwork. You might not even meet your attorney until your first hearing.
We're local attorneys, Davis & Davis. We meet directly with our clients, including free consultation, and there are no fees until you receive money on your case. If you've been injured, call Davis & Davis, representing you and your neighbors yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Phone 724-437-2799.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sproul's Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to sproulsinsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. It's not.
Peyton Chismar, the new pitcher for the Greensburg Salem Golden Lions, and he's been impressive so far this season as well. This is his fifth appearance, finds the strike zone on the first pitch to Ty Sankovic after Jacob Smith with back-to-back strikeouts to start the inning, hit 100 pitches, and he had to come out. Now the 0-1 to Sankovic misses a little low to even up the count at 1-1, but for Caden, this is his fifth appearance of the season, has not factored in a decision, but has a 1.45 ERA, has worked 9 2/3 innings, given up 9 hits, 5 runs, 2 of them earned, struck out 6 and walked 2, facing 42 batters so far this season for the Greensburg Salem Golden Lions. Count 1-1 now to Tyler Sankovic, again tied 2 for 3 today. Greensburg Salem trying to upset Laurel Highlands here at home. 1-1 pitch on the way. A little off the plate, takes us to 2-1. Now the 2-1 to Sank. Hit high in the air to shallow left field, and moving over will be the shortstop. I believe that was Jacob Smith who took Siafi's place over at short, making the grab to end the inning. So the Mustangs get retired 1-2-3. First 2 outs recorded via the strikeout from Jacob Smith. And then Ty Sankovic popping up to short to end the inning. And the Mustangs will be down to their final 3 outs in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Greensburg Salem still have an opportunity to get a little more insurance in the top half of the 7th, leading Laurel Highlands 4-2 here on the C.R. Parada Group High School Sports Day.
This is Dr. Fraser Stokes with a colorectal cancer screening update. If you have a close family member with colon cancer or a precancerous polyp, your screening should begin at age 40 instead of 45. Women, like men, are at substantial colon cancer risk and should not avoid screening. Although colonoscopy is the most sensitive screening test, if you are fearful or if you have no health insurance, a stool fit test is a reasonable option. Learn more at swgispecialists.com.
Uniontown Printing Press, they are more than t-shirts. They are about you and everything you love. And they are local. Operated by Mookie John and Kenny Musco, they share the passion with your group, club, or team. The excitement you have for your event or cause. And that makes your business stand out from the rest. Uniontown Printing Press believes that custom t-shirts do more than just make you look good. They help you feel good and inspire you to do good. Call Uniontown Printing Press at 724-366-7095. That's 724-366-7095. Are you down with UPP?
Back here at Hutchinson Field in Hopwood, Mustangs down 4-2, top half of the 7th inning. Greensburg Salem looking for a little insurance with Ethan Heese, Owen Tudich, and Caden Siafi coming to the plate. On in relief, Noah Matthews facing Heese. Misses on the first pitch low for ball 1. I have to give a shout out to our colleague Tony Hanula and Dave and Lorraine Buck watching in Delray Beach. They said it's 85 and beautiful down there. About 40, 45 degrees warmer in Florida than it is here in Hopwood this afternoon. But Tony's heading back, I think, tomorrow, so he'll encounter some of the cooler temperatures. He'll be with me for the Uniontown Mount Pleasant game coming up on Friday on WMBS. 2-0 pitch on the way, and this ball golfed into right field. Caleb Janoski getting under it. He'll make the grab. for the first down of this top half of the 7th inning. For Laurel Highlands, in the bottom half of the inning, they'll have the meat of their order. Frankie Kula, Carson D'Amico, and Alex McLean coming to the plate. Hitters 2, 3, and 4. They're going to need at least 2 to extend this game. And, of course, we got extra innings here on WMBS on Monday for the West Mifflin Uniontown game. Who knows, might have some extras here from Hopwood today as well. First pitch there a little low from Matthews to Ethan Heese. Check that, Matthews to Owen Tudich, with Heese retired, and the count at 1-0. Now the 1-0, a little high again, 2-0 now to Owen Tudich. Tudich 0 for 2 with a walk today, ground out 6-3 back in the 2nd and 5th innings, walked in the 4th inning. Now the 2-0 here to Tudich. That one high and outside, 3-0. Don't want to give Greensburg Salem any more opportunity here to extend the 4-2 lead. Again, Laurel Highlands riding a 7-game winning streak, entering play today. 3-0 pitch, called strike on the inside corner. Takes us to 3-1. This half inning on the WMBS side, brought to you by Uniontown Detailing, First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, and the Sprouse Insurance Group and insurance agent David Hughes. Another one fouled off. Takes us to 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top of the 7th inning. Greensburg Salem now 4 runs on 8 hits. Laurel Highlands 2 runs on 7 hits. Three-two pitch on the way, hit on the ground to Sankovic at short. Throw over to first in time to O'Brien to retire Tudich 6-3. So it's now 3 times in this game, Tudich has been retired 6-3 on those ground outs to short. And now Caden Siafi coming to the plate. Caden 2 for 3 today. Also scored a run back in the 4th inning. Comes to the base here. The base is empty and 2 outs, but his team up 2. First pitch here, Matthews to Caden. Big time cut, swing and a miss, strike 1. It's been a cold afternoon for high school baseball here in Hopwood. 0-1 on the way. Breaking ball inside, and just get out of the way of that one was Caden. Evens up the count at 1-1. Now the 1-1. Chop foul on the left side. Thank all of our sponsors, both on WMBS and the South Union Township Sports Network here today. This is the second digital exclusive broadcast that we've done this year. Days when we've had some makeup games and had plenty of rainouts, unfortunately, throughout the spring. Hard ground ball, good glove down there. Matthews over to O'Brien for the 3rd out of the inning. So a 1-2-3 top half of the 7th inning. Defense getting their job done for Laurel Highlands, but the bats are going to have to come alive. Laurel Highlands down to their final 3 outs. Again, it'll be Frank Kula, Carson D'Amico, Alex McLean. Home half of the 7th. Last chance for the Mustangs to extend their 7-game winning streak when we come back here on the CR Parada Group High School Sports Day.
Lanzi Academy of Dance offers a fun learning environment for all ages and ability levels. Owned and directed by Christina Lanzi John and located on South Beeson Avenue in Uniontown, Lanzi Academy of Dance offers classes in ballet, jazz, tap, acro gym, point, contemporary, lyrical, hip-hop, and ballroom, all at very reasonable prices. Lanzi Academy of Dance provides a professional, positive, and friendly environment for all dancers to find a second home. Come join the dance family and learn from the most qualified teachers in our area. For more information, visit LanziAcademy.com or call 724-438-6911.
We're back here at Hutchinson Field in Hopwood, moving now to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Brian Morozak, Jerry Dupay, and Frank Kula bringing you the broadcast here today. Frank help us out with the score hub, Jerry behind the camera. And Frank Kula Jr. will lead off this bottom half of the 7th inning, again with Carson D'Amico and Alex McLean. Staff inning on the WMBS side, brought to you by the Somerset Trust Company, Uniontown Detailing, and Ford of Uniontown. Reminder to stay tuned after the game for the post-game show brought to you by State Farm agent Lauren Yeoman. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there, and Lauren's certainly a good neighbor in the Uniontown community. So Frank Cool at the plate. He's 1 for 3 today. Came into the game with a .400 average. Take the first pitch here for a strike from Caden Siafi, who's on in relief of Jacob Smith. Smith struck out 9, but reached the 100 pitch count. 0-1, missed outside. Now 1-1. Siafi to Kula. 1-1 on the way off the plate again. 2-1. Mustangs scored their only 2 runs bottom half of the first inning. Greensburg Salem chip back. Another pitch inside there from Siafi. 3-1 now. Siafi to Kula. Greensburg Salem a run in the top of the third. Added 2 more in the top of the fourth and another run in the top of the sixth. 3-1 here to Kula. Catches the outside corner for a strike, and we're full of 3-2. Now Frank will have to protect the plate. Trying to give the Mustangs a base runner here in the bottom of the 7th. Fastball, and Frankie fouls that one off on the left side. Count remains 3-2. Three and two again to Kula. Check swing. Did he go? No. Ball 4. Mustangs with a base runner. They're going to appeal down to first. Safe on the appeal, and the Mustangs a little life here in the home half of the 7th inning. Carson D'Amico now coming to the plate. Carson 1 for 3 today. Came in with a .444 average and 8 RBIs. Senior left fielder. Mustangs looking for a rally back here in the 7th to extend their 7-game winning streak. They trail at 4-2. Greensburg Salem 4 runs on 8 hits. The Mustangs 2 runs on 7 hits. Siafi now from the stretch. Facing D'Amico. First pitch a little high and inside for ball 1. Now time call. And Hayden Teska will have a little chat here with Caden. Teska continuing a little chat here with Caden. Now D'Amico back in the batter's box. Caden a little check over at Frank Cool at first. Now delivers and finds the strike zone again. Here to Carson D'Amico. D'Amico at the plate represents the game-tying run. Caden out the 1-1. On the low and inside. Takes us to 2-1. D'Amico, senior left fielder for the Mustangs. Caden again from the stretch was a little inside. D'Amico went after it. Swing and a miss. Count now even at 2-2. Time called. Deliver the pitch high and inside. I think it was trying to stop on the delivery. With the time called by the home plate umpire. Again, our next broadcast on the WMBS side, we'll have Mount Pleasant and Uniontown Friday. It's a senior day game for the Red Raiders. Next, Laurel Highlands game on all of our outlets Tuesday. Mustangs hosting Elizabeth Forward, likely here at Hutchinson. 2-2 on the way, and D'Amico a rip down the third base line, and that one's ruled foul. And count remains 2-2. Carson now regrouping outside the batter's box. He'll grind his way back in. 2-2 on the way. Fastball a little low. Good block there from the catcher, Hayden Teska. Take us full now to 3-2. And a 3-2 pitch on the way. D'Amico puts it on the ground. Could be trouble here, but a juggle from Leatherman, the freshman second baseman, was a double play ball. Could not hang on at second. E4, and the Mustangs have the game-tying run on with nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. I was worried there about the 4-6-3 being turned. But Leatherman unable to make the play defensively. Now Alex McLean coming to the plate. McLean 1 for 2 with a walk and a run scored today. McLean, the game-winning run at home plate for Laurel Highlands with nobody out. First pitch a little inside. Greensburg Salem now 4 runs, 8 hits in that last error on Leatherman. Mustangs 2 runs on 7 hits. 1-0 pitch. McLean with a rip to left field, but it's dropped. Dropped there by Tudich. Tudich with a quick relay in will still get the force outs down at third. So Tudich unable to make the catch on the line drive, but at second base, Kula had a hang with the fly ball. And Tudich with a quick relay on the regain, able to get it into third, so it ends up going 7-5, getting the lead runner and the first out of the inning. Wow. And now Braden O'Brien at the plate. Fortunate break there for Greensburg Salem. And now Braden O'Brien, who has a homer and 6 RBIs on the season for the Mustangs. 2 walks this afternoon, also grounded out 5-3 back in the 3rd inning. It's been an odd bottom half of the 7th so far after the Kula walk. He had D'Amico hit what could have been a double play ball. Greensburg Salem unable to record it out, and then McLean a line drive in a left. Thought it would just been a routine grab out there and left. It was dropped, but on the relay in, the lead runner, Kula, retired. Now O'Brien at the plate, 2 on, 1 out. Mustangs down 2. O'Brien represents the game-winning run. He'll swing at the first pitch, send it right back to the pitcher. Wide throw over at second. They called him out. They call it out over at first, too. I don't know about either one of those. Over at second, I thought you had Siafi off the, or check that, Smith off the bag. And over at first, I thought O'Brien beat it out. Wow, what a way to end the game. It'll end up going as a 1-6-3 double play to wrap things up on 2 close calls. One whether Smith was on the bag at short, and if the throw was over in time to Heath to retire O'Brien. But the way it goes, it's a 4-2 Greensburg Salem upset win over Laurel Highlands. So the Golden Lions improved to 4-6 overall, 3-6 in conference play. They keep their playoff hopes alive. The Mustangs' 7-game winning streak is over. They dropped to 7-3 overall, 5-3 in conference play. And now Laurel Highlands will have a conference series next week against Elizabeth Forward. Greensburg Salem will have a makeup game coming up against Ringgold tomorrow. Our post-game show being brought to you by State Farm agent Lauren Yeoman. And what a wild one here at Hutchinson Field in Hopwood this afternoon that started out with the Mustangs plating 2 runs in the bottom half of the 1st inning. But Greensburg Salem slowly chipped away, added a run in the top half of the 3rd. 2 more in the top of the 4th to take a 3-2 lead. They got an insurance run on an RBI single from Hayden Teska in the top of the 6th that drove in Braden Leatherman to make it 4-2. Again, Laurel Highlands rallying back late. Got the walk from Frank Kula. Carson D'Amico on via an error. Wowed Alex McLean, a line drive that was caught and left by Owen Tudich. Then the controversial 1-6-3 double play to end the game, but the result is the same. A 4-2 win for the Greensburg Salem Golden Lions over the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. I have to thank Jerry Dupay and Frank Kula for their help here this afternoon. Again, this digital exclusive broadcast both on WMBS, the South Union Township Sports Network, and the Trib Live High School Sports Network, along with the Laurel Highlands School District page. It was fun this afternoon, but Greensburg Salem with the win, 4-2 over Laurel Highlands. For Jerry and Frank, this is Brian. Have yourselves a pleasant good afternoon. Again, your final score, Greensburg Salem 4 and Laurel Highlands 2. Today's game on the South Union Township Sports Network is brought to you as a joint cooperative venture featuring Township Supervisors Bob Schiff, Bauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, Breezeline Cable, Armstrong Cable, and our friends at CUTV, including Gary Smith and his staff. Again, I'm Brian Morozak. This has been a South Union Township Sports Network presentation. Again, thanks to Jerry Dupay and Frank Kula as well. So long, everybody. Your final score, Greensburg Salem 4 and Laurel Highlands 2.